You can crush them finely, and then they easily absorb any excess moisture, and they offer a little flavor because they have a little salty touch. So I've got some crab cakes here. Of course, we will link a recipe, but just know that this is a suggestion to what you could do to any of your favorite recipes that I mentioned. So I've just got a mixture here of lump crab meat with some green onions, a little Dijon mustard, some Worcestershire, a little lemon, and I'm gonna add in some mayonnaise, season it up with a little Old Bay. There's an egg in here also, and the mixture is pretty loose. That's not gonna form a substantial cake, so you have to kind of add your binder. And for that, today is gonna be saltine cracker. This is always how my mother-in-law makes her crab cakes. Of course, you don't want too much. You don't want crab cakes or salmon cakes to be all breading. So just about 8 crackers is perfect. And then as it sits, it will continue to absorb and become less wet. You can see how it already kind of sucked up some of that extra moisture. You could fry them up just like that. I like to give them another little coating in some breadcrumbs. You could also just do some crackers here, but I'm gonna show you crackers as a breading in a minute. And I'm gonna show you how perfectly they fry up. Just a side note, when I cook my crab cakes or anything like this, I usually just brown them in the skillet and then finish them in the oven. I think that's the most foolproof way. Beautiful crab cakes. They look perfect. I'll have to show you the inside to really prove it. I love my crab cakes with a little remoulade, maybe a squeeze of lemon. Let's see what the inside looks like. Perfect. It held together, but you can definitely see all the crab in there. The cracker is just kind of barely hidden in there. Gonna add flavor and moisture. Wow, that was a good one. Sometimes you get crab cakes, salmon cakes, even the meatloaf, and all you taste is like mushy bread. That doesn't happen here with cracker as your binder. Now let me show you cracker as a breading. And what better breading to have it on than fried chicken. Easiest way to bread things in a Ziploc bag. This is just a classic Southern style thing to do. So I'm just gonna crush up some saltines in here, about 30. They're so dry that they're easy to crush with your hand. However, for this, I want them a little bit finer. And now we're gonna add a couple things to here. This is like a saltine cracker shake and bake situation. Little trick, some potato flakes or dried mashed potatoes. It's gonna help it get crispy. Little flour, seasoned salt, might be a lot, and some pepper. Then you take your chicken, we can go a couple at a time. Just dip them in egg and then into your cracker mixture. This will work with cube steaks, fish, chicken tenders. Pull it out, you can see those cracker crumbs stuck to the chicken. I can tell you right now, this is gonna be some crunchy chicken. That is some crunch right there. Am I right? I do like a little gravy. I mean, if we're gonna do it, let's just finish it out, right? Perfectly cooked. This is what we like. Crunchy on the outside, juicy on the inside. Whoa, that is good. Crackers add the perfect crunch, but also a little salty flavor, and with the seasoned salt, but oh my gosh. Quite possibly one of the best pieces of fried chicken I've had in a long time. You're gonna wanna remember this one. Surely you know about this one, saltine crackers as a topping. We are making old-fashioned Southern style scalloped corn. It makes one of the most delicious, crunchy toppings on any casserole, and I'm here for it. Take your saltines and crush them up. This doesn't have to be super fine. You kind of want them to be a little craggly. We need a cup total. Some's gonna go inside and some on the top. Doing a simple scalloped corn starts with cream corn, 3 cans. Not in the recipe, but because I like a little texture, I'm adding in 1 can of regular corn that I've drained, half a stick of melted butter, a couple eggs, and about half of our cracker crumbs. This is going to absorb some of that cream corn so that it has a little structure. This goes into a greased casserole dish. And then what we came for are the crackers as the topping. I'm gonna do more than it calls for because the topping is the best part. Of course, a lot of casseroles you see the buttery cracker as the topping. I really like the saltines here because they absorb the flavor of the butter, but they also stay a little crunchier than those buttery crackers. A little paprika and some cracked pepper. Make sure all the cracker crumbs are well coated and then sprinkle it on top. All right, and this just goes into the oven 350 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. Oh, smells so good. That looks good. You can tell the crunchiness of the topping here. That's thanks to saltines. Sometimes those round buttery crackers don't get this crunchy. But this is unfortunately one of those casseroles where you're gonna have to let it sit for a while before we can dig in. I know you can see that this hack already works, but I'll taste it for you. The crunch from that topping is the perfect contrast to that creamy corn. Saltine crackers as a topping is a no-brainer. Okay, this is one of my favorite tricks with the saltine, turning it into salad. A Georgia cracker salad is a thing. It is like a tomato salad meets a tomato sandwich. The cracker is gonna act as the bread in like a classic tomato sandwich. If you're from the South, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tomato, some green onion, a little hard-boiled egg. Listen, you gotta trust me on this one. And then sort of a lot of mayonnaise. Lots of pepper, like how you like on your tomato sandwich. A little bit of salt. As those tomatoes get a little juicy, this is gonna act as a dressing. Perfect for this. All right, and then we're gonna add in a whole sleeve of crackers. I remember when I saw this, at first I thought it was a joke. But then I made it, and I was like, I will be doing that again. Listen, it makes sense, okay? You have put, you know, a little mayonnaise on a cracker with a little tomato before, right? Or maybe you've had egg salad on a saltine cracker. Same concept. So bring this to your next barbecue, see what happens. I think you'll be the hit of the party. Cracker salad for the win, trust me. I'm gonna dig in straight from this bowl, because I can. I know you don't want it to be good, but you can't deny it. Also reminds me of like when you eat your salad with a cracker. If you don't do anything else from today's episode, do that. I might blow your mind with this one. We can use saltine crackers as a thickener. I've actually done this